Hi, happy Friday Eve. I am Jen. I am the senior IBCLC here with Spectra Baby USA, and we are going to be doing at least 1 to 2 live videos for our moms and families to really help address a lot of questions and concerns that we see come up amongst our Facebook groups, questions that pop up on Instagram. And just to put out there, we have about 4,000 moms in our closed Facebook group. And we also just started an exclusively pumping Spectra Mom group that's also closed on Facebook. So if you were to go to our Spectra Baby USA Facebook page, we will have the group links there. And it is a safe, secure environment where you can feel supported and you can ask questions. I am the moderator on there, so if there are any questions or concerns, I will absolutely do everything I can to assist. So just a little background, I am a recertified IBCLC, and I also have my master's in lactation studies, so I'm really hopeful that I will be able to assist all of our moms and families with any questions or concerns they have surrounding their pumping and breastfeeding experience, okay? So let's start off with some questions that we have seen a lot lately. So one of the things is that when moms pump, they notice that there might be a little moisture in their backflow protectors. So let's talk about those backflow protectors. So the backflow protector, again, is a 3-piece portion. So there's the larger piece here, and that's where the tubing goes. Then this is the smaller portion, and that's where it fits into the flange. Then you have the silicone membrane. The silicone membrane should fit securely all the way around the smaller piece. Then once it's secure, it actually fits into this larger piece, okay? Now, moms often will get concerned because, again, this portion is what fits into the flange. We don't recommend that you jam it, that you just gently twist it in. The duckbill valve, always make sure that it's closed. If you notice that it's falling off, if you notice that there's a little hole or that it's opening, it needs to be replaced. So we have a 90-day accessory warranty, and if it happens during that time, contact us and let us provide you some replacement accessories, because that can impact the efficiency of your yield, your pumping yield, and the efficiency of your pump, okay? So again, the duckbill valve goes there. I always do a nice little tug because I am still a pumping Spectra mom for our youngest, our 4th. And I always do a little tug because I want to make sure it's nice and secure, okay? So then that screws right onto the bottle. So again, let's go back to that moisture that we talked about. So your milk, when you're pumping, is around the same temperature as 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. So you're gonna get some moisture from the milk, from the temperature of the milk. And some moms, if they have an overactive letdown, or if their flange size is incorrect, meaning it's pulling too much of their areola and not just the nipple, what happens is that's going to cause some of the milk or some moisture to occur here. But this is a closed system pump. So this silicone membrane will not enter into the tubing, nor will it affect the actual pump motor, okay? So what we recommend, just like the CDC, and again, we can go through that too, and I'll make sure to post that on there about the CDC guidelines for cleaning your pump properly. So what we recommend is after a pumping session, whether you're single or double pumping, you take the backflow protector off, you take it into 3 pieces, and you allow it to air dry, okay? If it's moisture, allow it to air dry. If there is milk, we would recommend that you use warm soapy water And as a lactation consultant, I would say use non-antibacterial soap. A lot of people say, what on earth? Why would I not use non-antibacterial soap? The reason why is because it can leave a film on your pumping parts. So on the actual, this piece is not necessarily as big of a deal as if you were to use antibacterial soap on your flanges. So let me give you an example. I actually washed this in antibacterial soap last night, and I'm going to show you a little bit. Do you see that film there? So that film, once I actually were to put it to breast to pump, that's actually going to inhibit the natural secretions from those little bumps, those Montgomery glands around your areola. And that actually can cause thrush, it can cause yeast, it can cause discomfort. So what we recommend is that non-antibacterial soap, because then you won't have that film like you see there. That also can occur if you were to put it in the dishwasher as well, because there's variable heat, and also the dish detergent, the dishwasher detergent that you're using. So let me go back. Do you have a soap that you recommend? Honestly, I've been in the field a little over 15 years, and what I've noticed is that like a liquid Dove, liquid Ivory, those are a very mild soap that seems to work really, really well to wash your parts. Do you recommend sanitizing after each use? No. No, especially pumping is a journey of love, just like nursing is. And no, you do not need to sanitize them every day. One tip that actually a fellow lactation consultant that's also pumping of mine, what she does is she actually uses a wet bag. So just like a little small zipped wet bag. You can get them from multiple different companies. They're used for cloth diapers, etc. So what she does is that she allows the parts, the backflow protectors, she allows them to air dry. Now again, on paper towels, because hand towels can actually create more of an environment for bacteria. Okay, so you want them to dry on a paper towel. But what she does is she actually takes her flanges, and sometimes she does take the duckbill valves off, and she just gently rinses it out, and she just puts her parts in a wet bag, and sometimes she just puts it in the company fridge. Nobody knows what it is, and then she brings it back out and uses it for the next pumping session. So keep in mind that expressed human milk, as long as it's, you have the caps for your collection bottles, those pink caps, as long as it's kept in a safe environment, it can be kept at room temperature around 4 to 6 hours. So, making sure that you're sterilizing and cleaning after every pumping session is quite tedious, especially if you're pumping exclusively, or even if you're pumping at work, because you're going to need to be pumping within that 4 to 6 hour time frame. So let's go back here. Okay, so why does my electric pump sometimes like to lose? So do you need to wash tubing? Absolutely not. Nothing should be passing into the tubing itself. So again, since this is a closed system pump, the tubing, nothing will pass from the actual backflow protectors into the motor itself. So you should never have to wash or sterilize the tubing. Now we have seen some posts about the tubing becoming yellow. If that occurs, let us know immediately so that we can replace that tubing for you. Okay, but tubing does not need to be sterilized or washed. The other part is that a lot of people ask, okay, so here's the blue one. This is the S1. It has the internal battery. You can turn it on. You don't have to be plugged into the wall. Is there any difference between this S1 and this S2 that I have to plug in outside of the internal battery? No. That is it. The color, and it has an internal battery, but they both have the same capabilities, okay? So if you feel at any point that your pump is not working as efficiently, let's look at how frequently are you changing your duckbill valves and your backflow protectors. If you're pumping part-time, then you need to be changing it every 3 months. If you're exclusively pumping, you need to be changing those about every 2 months. So if you start to notice that you're not it doesn't feel as efficient while you're pumping as it used to be, let's troubleshoot with you. Let's look at parts that may need to be replaced, if there's a funky sound, if there's something with the pump motor. The S1 Plus and the S2 Plus, that pink and blue model, has a 2-year warranty on the motor, on the pump. So we would replace it at no cost. The accessories are 90 days. So let's go and see if there were any further questions here. Can you explain the use of the cycle buttons on the pump? Absolutely. So let's go through that. So this is, I always double pump, so I still have my, I pumped right before this. I still have my tubings on here. So let's start out. I'm actually going to put the night light because it might be a little bit easier to see. So you're going to start here with the actual turning it on. Your pump is going to remember whatever settings that you had previously before you either A, shut it off, or before it auto shuts off after 30 minutes. Okay? So again, when you turn it on, it's going to be in what's called expression mode. So you want to press that little wave button again, and it's going to be called in massage mode. So if you notice, it's set at cycle 70. Why? Because when a baby goes to breast, they are sucking fast and they're trying to elicit your letdown. They're trying to allow for that milk ejection reflex, meaning your milk spraying. Okay, so once that occurs, and the vacuum is variable, it should never hurt, so always pump to comfort. It can go from 5 all the way down to 1 when it's in that massage mode. So then once your milk starts spraying, you're going to press that wave button again, and that's when you're going to be in what's called expression mode. Okay, so in expression mode, the vacuum can go all the way up to 12. That looks like a 5, but it's a 2 because it's backwards here a little bit, and it can go all the way down to 1. Do not think that just because you're going stronger and faster, it's going to be better. No, pumping should never hurt. It should be to comfort. So if you're experiencing discomfort or pain, we need to look at, is it the vacuum, meaning the suction strength, is that too high? We need to look at, is your pump flange, is it the correct size for you? We need to really help troubleshoot so that it can be a better experience for you, okay? So again, the vacuum can go all the way up. Now let's talk about these cycles. All right, so it can go all the way down to 38. 38 it's basically 38, and down here you'll see the cycle. So that means cycles per minute. That means when a baby is at breast, that's their cycles per minute. A 38 would be a lower gestational age baby. So we're talking about a baby that was born well before they were full term, and usually in the NICU because of their weeks of gestation, okay? Then it can go all the way up to 42, 46, 50, and 54. So the average full-term baby is going to be between 46 cycles per minute and 54. Okay, so when you change that, you're going to notice that little wave. See that little wave that's going on right there? That's mimicking not only your vacuum, but the cycles per minute that you have, that you're selecting. And we always tell moms, no breastfeeding situation, no pumping situation, no pregnancy, no baby is the same. So there's no cookie cutter answer. Okay, play around with the settings and find what's going to work best for you. Some moms find that in massage mode that they get the best yield and they're most comfortable in that the entire pumping session. Sometimes moms like to switch between this expression mode and then going back to the massage mode. and then they switch back. So again, it's very customizable, and that's one of the major things that moms love about the Spectra pumps, because there is so much customization. So hopefully that answers your question in reference to the cycles. But we also have a lot of videos and frequently asked questions, not only in our mom groups, but we also have it on our website, which is spectrababyusa.com. We have a lot of videos, frequently asked questions. We have a YouTube channel, Pinterest, Google Plus, you name it, we're on it. So we're here to support you. All right, so the other question that I wanted to address is that we have this smaller model called the S9 Plus. Okay, so the S9 Plus, it is a half pound. It does have an internal battery. It is very small and portable, especially when you're traveling. Okay, there is a 1-year warranty on the motor, on the pump, and there still is that 90-day accessory warranty. The difference with this is that there is the smaller motor. It is still above hospital strength. So what does that mean, hospital strength? That's 250 millimeters of mercury of strength. So all of our pumps are way above that. This here, the S9, is about 260 plus or minus about 15%. So it still is above that hospital strength level. However, we do not recommend this for exclusively pumping moms. A lot of individuals that use it are RNs that they put in their pocket because it's really quiet and they can pump while they're typing or charting. MDs, a lot of doctors will use it. EMTs, because it does have the internal battery. But the other part of that is there's less customization with this S9 Plus. So remember how we were talking about the different cycles and everything on the S1 and the S2? Well, the S9 Plus, when you turn it on, it's going to be in that expression, but it only goes to level 10. It's a little bit hard to see there. And it goes to level 10 in expression, but expression is set at, it's static at 46 cycles per minute. So like with the S1 Plus and the S2 Plus, you can go from 38 all the way to 54. The S9 Plus is set at 46 cycles per minute in that expression mode. And in addition, the vacuum goes from 10 down to 1. So you still do have the capability of changing the vacuum, but the expression is static. Now the massage mode is the same as the S1 and the S2, meaning that it's the massage mode is set at that cycle 70 cycles per minute, and you still can change the vacuum strength just like you can on the other models, but it's a smaller motor and there is less customization. So a lot of moms ask, should I just get the S9? Should I just get this model or that model? Again, it is specific to you. There's no cookie cutter answer, so it's specific to you. What's going to work better for you and your situation? All right, so I think I've talked your ear off enough. But again, we are here to support you. So if you have any further questions or concerns, please just let us know and we will be here to support you. Okay? Again, happy Friday Eve and thank you all for joining us. You guys are all doing an amazing job. Keep that in mind that every drop is precious. Every ounce is precious. It does not have to be all or nothing. And parenting is not all about what you feed your child. Okay? You're doing fantastic and we are here to support you. Okay? Have a great day. We'll talk to you again soon.